Hey, might as well better take a leak or something because I'm waiting for the summer solstice. They say the aliens are gonna land then. This is a series where I tell you a story, its subsequent theories and explanations, and then I let you make up your mind. We're going to England today to visit and study Stonehenge. In Wiltshire, England, 3 kilometers or 2 miles west from Amesbury and 13 kilometers or 8 miles north of Salisbury, in the midst of dense couples of Neolithic and Bronze Age monuments, stands a circle of upright stones known to the world as Stonehenge. It is believed by archaeologists that the first builds started as early as 3100 BC and the build lasted up to 2000 BC. They very well couldn't call it Woodhenge now, could they? Even the origins of the name Stonehenge is unclear. The Oxford English Dictionary states that derived from local dialect, it means either supported or hanging stones. Christopher Chippendale's Stonehenge Complete, on the other hand, postulates that the word henge could be translated as hinge, hang, or even gallows, an instrument of torture. Whilst archaeologists name circular enclosures with an internal ditch henges. How about mystery henge? Since 1986, the site is added on UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites as a legal protected, scheduled ancient monument. It is owned by the Crown, managed by the English Heritage, and the surroundings belong to the National Trust. Why make it easy when you can do it the difficult way? A number of man-made structures have been found at the site dating from before Stonehenge. These include Mesolithic potholes, 8000 BC, a causeway enclosure and long barrow tombs, 4000 BC. Potholes on the landing strip. Just wait. The aliens will come along soon enough. Just wait. A circular bank and ditch enclosure made of late Cretaceous seaford chalk of about 110 meters or 360 feet in diameter was the first monument dating from around 3100 BC. It contains a north and east entrance. Within the outer edge of the enclosure, 56 pits called Aubrey holes were found. 50,000 cremated bones of 63 individuals, almost equal men and women, and some children, were excavated, believed to be initially buried individually in the holes. No evidence of the second phase is visible. Potholes smaller than the Aubrey holes suggest standing timbers form the wooden structure. Whatever the truth, the holes were later used as cremation burial holes, up until 2 centuries after the monument's inception. There is never any evidence. Around 2600 BC, the builders switched to bluestones. Again, the evidence is found in 80 holes containing standing stones, transported from 250 40 kilometers or 150 miles away. The northeastern entrance was widened to match the midsummer sunrise and midwinter sunset. The monument was abandoned unfinished though. Lazy bastards. The next phase erected 30 Oligocene-Miocene sarsen stones weighing around 25 tons. It retains a more or less circular form but would have needed 75 more stones to complete it, and the build might have been abandoned. The blue stones appear to have been re-erected in the Bronze Age, being placed within the sarsen stone ring. Between 2280 BC and 1930 BC, there was further rearranging of the blue stones, although some believe they were from a second group brought from Wales. Also, the altar stone may have been re-erected in an upright position. Changing everything around. Very confusing. Hey wait, that isn't even funny. Soon afterwards, the northeastern section of the bluestone circle was removed, creating a horseshoe shape, mirroring the inner sarsen one. Roman coins and medieval artifacts have been found around the monument. It is unknown, however, if the site was used continuously throughout history, nor exactly how it was used. An outdoor toilet? Okay, this joke is craptastic. Engineer and former BBC presenter Gary Levin suggests the builders used basket-like wicker cages to transport Stonehenge's massive bluestones. He created a prototype cradle, claiming that groups of 4 to 5 people with the help of oxen could roll the stones over greater distances. When they reached rivers, the giant baskets became floating devices. Levin only managed to test it on 1-ton slabs though. I got some whisker baskets in my garage. Let's do it! Researchers from the University of Exeter believe the slabs from Wales can be moved at a rate of 16 kilometers or 10 miles a day, using stone or wooden balls and long grooved planks to roll the stones over. They got the idea studying some puzzling balls found at a Stonehenge-like site in Scotland. With some volunteer students, they tested their theory and the results are promising. Were they trying to make fire? Wally Wallington, a retired construction worker from Michigan, demonstrated a low-tech way to move large objects by placing walnut-sized rocks underneath them and spinning them, proving that one man can transport a 1-ton block over 19 meters or 300 feet an hour. He also tested out raising the stones using weights and leverage to slowly rock them into place. Walnut-sized rocks under a 25-ton stone? Grinding was invented in the Stone Age. A long-standing theory states that the builders made sledges and rollers out of tree trunks to haul the boulders, transferring them to rafts once they reached the water. A group of volunteers tried to reenact the journey in 2000, but the stone broke through its slings and plunged into the sea. Yeah, long-standing theory, eh? Long sinking would be more accurate. Geologists have joined the debate. As early as 1970, saying that the glaciers did the heavy lifting. They were carried away by moving ice flows depositing them a stone's throw away. Archaeologists, however, question how an exact number of stones could be left at the sites. We humans can't do anything alone now, can we? The Nephilim were a race of giants that were almost wiped out by Noah's flood. Some suggest that they used their great height and superior strength to help build Stonehenge. The oldest known depiction of Stonehenge shows a giant helping Merlin to build it. No other historical evidence exists to support this theory. Geoffrey of Monmouth, a 12th century writer who wrote the tale of King Arthur, proposes the monument is built by magic. King Aureolus Ambrosius wanted to erect a memorial for fallen heroes and called in the sorcerer Merlin to move the stones. The king and his brother Uther, King Arthur's father, are reputed to be buried there as well. Abracadabra! Extraterrestrials use their superior knowledge of science and engineering to help the human race build Stonehenge. Known as the ancient astronaut theory, founded by Erich von Däniken, it is more out there. Yeah, like the truth, I guess. You know, the truth is out there. The X-Files. It is barely 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile away from Wiltshire, and thousands of rock bones, flint tools, and evidence of burning suggest 3,000 years of human occupation. Coupled with the fact that the site itself bears evidence of construction as far as 8.5 to 10,000 years ago, leads some to believe it was used as a hunting and feasting site. The megalith structure could have been a monument to commemorate the meaty bounty. During the intense building period, an increasingly unified culture existed on the British Isle, emphasized by the uniform pottery styles found there. The long-lasting building endeavor could be a collaborative, unifying exercise on its own. Therefore, some believe it was erected as a celebration to peace and unity. Stand by your men. The Stonehenge Avenue is aligned with the winter solstice sunset, and archaeological evidence suggests pigs were slaughtered during that time, fueling the theory it might be an astronomical calendar. During the summer solstice, it faces the sunrise as well, and thousands still flock to the site every year to celebrate, even today. I wasn't aware pigs could flock. Astronomers have been studying Stonehenge as an ancient observatory. Gerald Hawkins has identified 165 key points claiming they correlate with the rising and setting of the sun and moon, calling it a computer for calculating eclipses. Next, he's gonna tell us they had like tablets and cell phones too. Sometimes nicknamed the Piper Stones, legend goes that pipers lured maidens into the fields and turned them into the stones we see today. Allegedly, sounds are cancelled out at certain spots when two pipers played in the fields around Stonehenge. The megaliths might have been raised to augment the area's natural sound cancellation, with the boulders selectively blocking sound. Even non-believers say it had amazing acoustic comparable with a lecture hall or cathedral. The Pied Piper is English? In the same style, Rupert Till, a university professor with expertise in sound, believes it was built as a dance hall for listening to trance-style music. The acoustics are supposedly ideal to amplify the repetitive rhythm. He used a computer model to test his theory. Let's go to the secret rave. Same place as last time, huh? Yet another sound-related theory states that the dolerite and sarens produce a unique sound similar to hollow wooden or metal bells, able to carry over great distances, making it an effective communication signal, much like church bells. Ding ding a dong dong ding a ding ding. Thousands of skeletal bones of at least 63 people were found by archaeologists at the site, dating from when the construction began. Equal men and women and some children were found, suggesting the site was an elite burial site. Some artifacts suggesting the elite nature of the bodies have been discovered as well. I have respect for the dead. The bodies excavated at the site showed signs of illness or injury, giving credence to the theory that it was a spa visited by pilgrims for its healing properties. Many of the bluestones are chipped, suggesting that long-lost pilgrims sought healing or protective talismans. I got mine already. How about you? Anthony Perks, a researcher at the University of British Columbia, said Stonehenge could represent symbolically the opening by which Earth Mother gave birth to the plants and the animals on which the ancient people so depended, calling it an ancient sex symbol constructed like the female sex organ. The Druids were the only prehistoric British priests mentioned in the classical texts, so it would be easy to attribute Stonehenge to them. John Aubrey, after whom Aubrey holes are called, was the first to propose it could have been a Druid temple. These days, however, archaeologists think the structure predates the Druids by several hundred years. So it was just like a church? And what about the aliens? What did they use it for? Well, it could have been a map of our solar system. Maybe it was used as a landing pad for their spaceships, or as an observatory for extraterrestrial activities in the sky. Boo-hoo-hoo! Two more recent theories suggest that what we see is not the whole picture. Julian Spalding, art critic and ex-director of some of the UK's museums, states it could have been a great altar able to support hundreds of worshippers, a sort of ancient Mecca on stilts. Some believe the huge circular platform could be a unique, possibly failed experiment. Using high-tech scanning methods, a hidden complex of monuments was found in September 2014. An outline of missing stones was also revealed. That might be proving the structure was not unfinished, but once was a perfect circle. A stage for festivals, the precursor of Glastonbury. English landscape architect Sarah Earbank states Stonehenge are the remains of a two-story building made up of stone, oak and a roof of thatching. A venue consisting of a large oval hall encircled by galleries overlooking it, used for dancing and feasting or listening to a speaker. A hall for raves. Where did I hear that one before? Archaeologists announced in December 2015 that they found the exact holes in a rocky outcrop in Wales from where the bluestones found at Stonehenge originated. This suggests that at least some of the structure was first erected in Wales to be disassembled and transported to the Salisbury Plain later. The plot thickens. One thing is sure, we haven't seen the last of this. Excavations are still going on and discoveries are still being made. This makes it all the more difficult and interesting. Anyway, you decide.
Did you like the video? Click the like button. Leave comments or start a discussion in the comment box. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel. I have a vlog channel, so if you want to get bored, why don't you check it out? And you can follow me on social media. All links in the description. See you next time!